Hey guys, this is Sugarcan and I'm here bringing you a video of post BT01 Dark State Bruce deck. And yeah, I've used this deck during a tournament last week. I think it was last week. About 2 weeks ago, let's say 2 weeks ago during a tournament, and I've been after the tournament I've been playtesting against my friend, playtesting a lot with this deck, improving it bit by bit, and then by some singles. There is one more singles that I'm missing, and I'll show you guys later. And yeah, this is my deck profile. So of course, in the Bruce deck, you'll be using this right deck. The grade 0, 1, 2, and 3. This is the spine of the deck, you can say. But you need to be very careful if going second, I think. If you play against Dragon Empire, the Overdress deck, because Verena can snipe this grade 0. Let's say during the second turn you ride on this card and they are on grade 1. This one goes out, you draw one card and then soul charge one card, and you attack, drive check, alright. And then they overdress into Verena and snipe into this card, it retires, and you'll be riding onto this card. You don't have any rear guards to put it into soul, and you lost your +1. So yeah, if that is the case, I would just call another grade 1 here to attack into the grade 1. That is usually my play against Dragon Empire. So yeah, this is the right deck. Let's move on into the grade 3s. For the grade 3s, and of course you need to play 3 more copies of Bruce for the persona, right? And then you play 4 copies of Marjorie. Marjorie is an essential key card in your deck where she will charge up your soul for the Bruce multi-attack. And she give you plus the draw, so that you can fill your hand with guards and more key pieces. So yeah, Marjorie is a really important card, but do be careful if you play too much on her own field, because you need to sack some rear guards to gain the 10k power. So most of the time I just play one piece of this in the rear guard. When she dies, I use another one from my hand and then call it again. That is usually the case when I play. And then 4 copies of the Colossus. Colossus is a beater in the deck, because this deck does not have enough power. You could say that you can say that you play the grade 2 right chain, but I know that I have 4 less guarding cards in my deck, but for every big attack you do, you will reduce the amount of hand that your opponent is using. And yeah, this is a good card in my opinion. Very good card. A 15k it adds 15k power. That is a very powerful attack. 20k guard from their hand, just like that, assuming they don't get triggers. Let's get on with the grade 2. The grade 2, I only have 7 grade 2 besides the right deck, and I play 3 of this card and 4 of this card. Usually you would like to have 4 pieces of Eden in the deck, but this is the singles that I have been missing looking around in my local. Singles are very hard to come by because it's sold out very quickly. Most of the shop doesn't open that much boxes, and yeah, like I said, it's sold out quickly once it's out there. And I've already ordered cards from Big Web, but yeah, only one piece of this card is missing, which is alright for now. Usually this card is the bait of the deck. It's a very powerful effect. When it's restand, it gains crits, and then if the attack hits, you can retire one of your opponent's rear guards. And yeah, and usually people will target this card on the field besides your Vanguard. This deck is very weak early game, and you need to play defensively. Most of the time, I would play this card early on, and then attack and kill their rear guards, and they will see this as a threat, and they will kill this off by either a rear guards or by attacking into this, reducing your damage. But yeah, the biggest threat to this deck is actually Colossus because of the power it emits. And this card, Broden, I play 4 copies of Broden instead of the grade 2 right chain, because you don't know how much the 10k guard saves my life during the tournament. So let's move on to the grade 1s. You would want to play 4 copies of this dragon. I forgot the name of this card, I'm sorry. But this dragon is also one of the key pieces in this deck, and it's an R card, which is very easy to come by. This card can fetch anything from your soul, like your Persona Rights, your Overtrigger, your Perfect Guards, everything that is needed for the next turn. Anything you need to prepare for the next turn. You can even take back Colossus for all I care, and you can go for big hits at the next turn if you survive. That's it. That's all. And then you play 4 Acrobat Presenter. This card does work. It Soul Charge 1 during the early game, Soul Charge 2 when Final Rush. That's all. It charges your Vanguard for its ability, which is why you don't need Brother Soul, because this card does work. Like WCZ said, this card does a lot of the work, and then same goes for Marjorie. It's Soul Charge, and heck, even Colossus Soul Charge for you. And yeah, you need 4 copies of it. And then 4 Perfect Guards. Nothing much else to say. You need the guards. For the triggers, 1 Overtrigger, a key piece. Not a key piece, it's a luck sack mechanic. You play I play 7 crits because I need the 4 draws so that you can build up your defense, and then 4 heals. Why I say that I need defense in this deck? Well, the early game, this deck does nothing, absolutely nothing. This deck needs the second turn of grade 3 right for you to be able to do anything pressuring with this deck. So you need all the defense you can get. But I don't play the defensive order because it very well depends on your soul. Most of the time you have less than 5 soul in this fight. During the attack phase, then you can build up the soul. So yeah. Alright. Why do I say that I need to have defense? Generally, when I play, the biggest weakness, I've mentioned this just now, that the biggest weakness is Scatter Sanctuary because of its big power. During the grade 1 phase, grade 2 phase, I would generally use 15k guards to not pass the Vanguard attacks, and then keep guarding until the grade 3 right phase of the Scatter Sanctuary. where they will do very big attack. Then there you have to no guard most of the card, but you still need to survive at least one attack, because the max they can do is 4 or 5 if they play the new Divine Sister card, which my friend plays a lot. That is his actually favorite card, I think, the Battle Sister, because it gives so much more pressure and attacks for his deck. So yeah. But to fight against Scatter Sanctuary also, you need to play passively. You don't want to give Scatter Sanctuary a lot of counterblast, because that is where they have a lot of plus with their Alden and with the grade 3 order, which give you +2 card in the hand. So yeah, most of the time if I see my opponent have 1 damage or 2 damage, I just use my Vanguard to attack the rear guard most of the time. If they don't have any rear guards, then you need to prepare for the next turn to guard a lot of attacks from them. So yeah, that is my general analysis against Scatter Sanctuary but most of the other decks, you need to do that also. You need to play passively, attack as minimum as you can, attack the rear guards if you want to damage deny them of counter blasts. And yeah, once you hit Final Rush, you can go all out, and then most of the time they will run out of hands in the next turn, and they don't have any cards to use. So yeah, that's it for the post BT01 Dark States Bruce deck. If you like the video, please do like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.